Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. It's Blake, aka PoshBossBlake, and I'm coming at you with a different kind of video today. I'm hungry and I ordered lunch, something I don't normally do. So let's support a local business. I've got some questions you've asked on Instagram and we'll eat and go through them. So I'm just gonna set up my little lunch station. I've got my iPad with all the cues. Got my little napkin. Oh my god, I love this. I love this. Come have lunch with me. Do you like my... Oh, I love it. I love it. I would love a rug like this, but you need a big open space for something like that because it's busy and you need, that needs to be the focus. My little coaster from Alaska. Thanks, Rick. My uncle. Water. Oh my gosh, thumbs up for water because I have not had enough since this is all going down. I know I'm not alone. And then let's take you through what we ordered. Okay, so this is all gonna be great for Weight Watchers. I ordered from this amazing place called California Chicken Cafe. Here's their little sticker. That's bright, there we go. It comes with pita. I don't know if I'll eat that, but we'll see. And I've got a chicken thigh. Oh, I guess that's the first time I've done one of these, so see how it goes. Oh my god. They're known for their chicken. I know that's kind of an LOL moment, but they have really good chicken. I normally get their California chicken, Chinese chicken salad, sorry, which also does come in a wrap. But something that they're kind of known for is putting pasta in with their salads. And I didn't want it without the pasta, so I was like, let me just get chicken. So I'm not tempted. But yeah, so I got chicken, which is no points on my plan for Weight Watchers. And then we've got some steamed squash. I think this is butternut. No syrups or anything, no honey, it's just steamed squash. Again, no points, I believe. And then we have some roasted potatoes with some spices. Here's the, yeah, oh my god. These potatoes are legit. And those are, again, free, 0 points. And then we have a cup of fruit, a cup of fresh fruit. So ultimately this is technically 0 points pretty much, but you know, that doesn't mean I'm gonna go out and eat all the remaining points of my day. This will fill me up. So I know this will be a trigger warning for people who don't like to hear people eating, so peace out if you don't like that, but I'm gonna eat and talk with my mouth open because I'm conducting conversation, okay? So don't yell at me. I do have manners. Speaking of which, here's my fork. And let's get to it. Let me try some of this. I am gonna use my hands too for the chicken, so don't judge. Okay, let's go through the first question. Okay, first question is from Posh Resell CJ. What is the number one thing you do to get things sold? Honestly, the number one thing I do is list it. It's not making money if it's sitting in your closet unlisted, not on the internet, right? But assuming you have stuff listed, it depends on the platform, because if you're selling on Poshmark, you need to be active within that app. Sharing your closet, listing, relisting, you know, all those things. Following. And then eBay, I feel like that's a machine, that's a well-oiled machine that, the more you have, the more you keep pumping into the system, the more sales you get. There's a reason people get to a place where they can be full-time with just eBay, because you to get the quantity of sales, or you know, whether you're, I mean, there's so many ways to go with this, but if you're trying to be warehouse status, you're gonna need a lot of product to turn profits. But at the same time, maybe you don't want to have 100 million items to make $200 million. Maybe you want to have 500,000 items to make $200 million. So it just depends. But I definitely think the biggest thing is consistency. Just being active on the apps and, you know. Oh, This is basically water. So good. I hope that answers your question. Oh my God. I feel guilty when I eat out, which is actually very rare. Very rare. I will say the only reason I ordered from this place is one, because I love it, but two, there's no delivery fees, and I want to support that business because they're great. They keep all of, I used to work by where this is stationed, but this place is good. This is a staple in Hollywood, West Hollywood, LA. They need to remain in business, so I will absolutely support them. Okay. Next question is from flipping.vegan. How you got so adorable. Thank you. Not a question, but I'll take it. Okay, seriously though. MSCHI123 says, what are the best tie brands to pick up? Any other tie tips? Thank you. So, okay, for those who don't know, I always advocate for menswear, specifically men's ties. What I'm comfortable with, and what I have a majority of items that I'm selling, are women's fashion. But as a person who loves and wears men's fashion too, maybe not in these videos, sorry, it's like people underestimate ties. However, right now, my answer is different for ties. Oh my God, this chicken's so good. It's so good. My normal answer would be vintage ties are incredibly lucrative. There's a brand called Charvet, I believe. I'll put it up here. I'm saying Charvet, Charvet. If I'm spelling it or saying it wrong, I'll put it down here. But I think I have it right. Those ties can sell for $40 to $60. Used. Like, it's nuts. It's nuts. Quality vintage ties. Vintage in general does really well for menswear. Also, very high-end brands. So if you could find Gucci ties, Louis Vuitton ties, I'm saying this because I've sold them, they do really, really well. I'll link it up here. I found a Louis Vuitton tie at the bins, which ultimately probably cost me $1 or $2, and I sold it for $100, maybe just over $100. So, men's ties, that's where it's at. But keep in mind right now, people are not buying ties because they're not going to the office. So they might not initially either for like a little while, because unless you're working at a bank, people like are not really buying ties. In my opinion, that's an opinion. But maybe there's collectors of ties. Maybe there are people shopping for the future. Like, I want to rock this tie post current events, you know? I don't know. But if you can get it for very cheap, like $1 or $2, maybe $3 and under, if you can find them, and it will garner a good wage eventually, grab it. Grab it. Okay. Next, my Moxie Dreams. I think I know the answer. When we discount shipping, can we write that off on taxes? I think you're talking about on Poshmark when you do discounted shipping. Yes. Well, let me first start by saying I'm not a tax professional, so this is not tax advice. Consult with a CPA or your accountant, etc. Okay, now that we got that out of the way. Technically, you're paying for it. So, discounted or not for the buyer, you're paying for it, as you'll see from all the fees. So if you're deducting your fees for your taxes, discounted shipping is part of that. So yes, I would account for that in your expenses when you're doing your taxes. But again, I'm not a CPA, so, you know, legally go to them and have them tell you that. Okay. Where do I see myself in 5 years? From Tamsin Threads. Hey girl. Let's see. 5 years. Okay, so I'm sure like a lot of us, that answer has probably changed. Like slightly. That's a great question, Tamsin. I don't know. Like I could take that so many directions. Like personal, work life. I don't know. I think personally, I love living in a big city. I've always been a big city person. I can't imagine living in a small town. I mean, I could if it was my second home, which I'll have one day, but TBD. TBD. Like with moving, I don't mind moving. I love moving. I've moved a lot in my life, almost every single year, if not more, for the past 12 to 13 years. So I'm a pro at it. But the biggest, hardest move I had was when I uprooted my life in New York and moved to LA. Obviously, that is probably one of the hardest things to do for a lot of people, which is why they don't do it. But I'm not that person. I will take any kind of leap with logic, but I'll take a leap. I don't know. I think with the current circumstances, me wanting to move somewhere else maybe is on the table, but it would be to a city that's not as congested, not as expensive. If anything, like, I mean, I already know I pay a lot for rent, and I won't share what I pay, but it's probably double y'all's mortgages if you have a house. I'll tell you that much. And it's not going anywhere. It's going to the landlord. Which anyone who's in my position that wants to buy a house, it's like, Susie Orman's right, like, renting does stink if you're fine with renting, fine. But if you want to buy a house or like own a home, renting is just money going nowhere. Because you're getting the money, you're giving the money, and then it goes away. But based on current circumstances, I don't know. Like, I don't know what will happen with my job. If I can go back to it. I don't know if the business will be there. I hope so. But at the same time, this has all put into perspective, like, how much I really am paying. I'm filming. Can you hear that? I'm sorry if you can hear my neighbors. I have the window cracked a little bit, but it's kind of hot today. I don't know. Like, I thought about maybe moving to Seattle at one point in my life, but I come from a very depressing, like it's published because of the lack of sun area. So I need sun in my life, which moving to LA and SoCal has been like such a life changer, literally a life changer. So I don't know. I really think that I'm going to make the most of the next couple weeks, months that I'm unemployed from my full-time job and see what I can really do with my life. And I'm the person that's gonna make it work. I'm a hustler through and through, so we'll see. Though, I mean, 5 years, oh my gosh. I guess I could put it out to the world. Like, I'd like to meet someone, I'd like to have a significant other. I would like to, I don't need to own a home, but I would like to be living in a more upscale setting. And I'm gonna make that happen. For myself. I don't know if I could buy a home though. Like, I've lived in big cities so long that unless I'm a millionaire, like, I don't find it feasible. Not the case, but if I'm living in the city, I want to live in the center of the city. Like, I could buy a house, but in LA, but to me, I live in the city of LA, which is different than the county of LA. LA county is huge, but the city of LA is small. And I live in, like, when you see stuff on Kardashians, this is what they film, this area. But the Kardashians don't even live in LA, like LA City. They live like an hour outside, so false advertisement. But anyway, not trying to talk about that. And next question. The stay-at-home girl, love that. The stay-at-home girl said, what got you into reselling and fave beverage? Ooh. Okay, so let's go with the beverage first because we're eating. I have not ever been a soda drinker. I can't do that. I've never drank soda all my life, which is probably why I have such a nice smile. And my teeth are all mine. Minimal cavities. I think my favorite drink for the rest of time will be raspberry iced tea. I know, it's like very obscure. But I love it. I love it. I don't have it all the time. It's like always a treat. And because I only really get it if I'm out to eat, that is also rare, so I don't have it often. There is a brand, I can't think of it at the moment, but they do sell like I think it's Peak Tea, P-E-A-K. They do sell a raspberry tea, and that's really good. So I love that. And then what got me into reselling? Paying off some student loans. You know, I'm sure a lot of us out there, whether you're a mom, kid, mom with loans, kid with loans, whatever. We virtually all have them at this point in society. So I wanted to reduce the stress on my regular income and alleviate it with some, you know, side hustle support. So I did, and it's been, I got more, especially with joining Poshmark, I got more than just reselling. And I didn't ask for that. Like, I didn't ask to start selling stuff and then meet people that do this. Oh, that'd probably be a good separate video to elaborate on, but I didn't ever think I'd be doing this, talking about selling stuff on the internet. Like, I don't know. I just think that's so interesting how things happen and how things come to be. So I'm grateful. I'm so grateful. But it's just, I never would have thought, oh, I'm going to be on YouTube talking about how I sell leggings on the internet. You know? It's so funny. But great question. Okay. Oh, second tie-in. Gingerbear24. Hey, girl. How long have you been selling on Poshmark, and how did you find out about Poshmark? I've been selling, like, truly since June 2018. But if you look on the app, I signed up in 2015. But as I've said in interviews and podcast interviews and stuff, I downloaded it in 2015, I think just from wanting to try something other than eBay, just, you know, because I've always kind of like had something on the internet to sell, but I couldn't figure it out. I downloaded it and I was like, it's not working for me. So I just deleted the app. Then I picked it back up because my loans were just crushing me, and I was like, let me see if I can turn this cute pair of helmet length jeans that I bought from Nordstrom Rack, see if I can flip them. I did, and then that started this whole thing. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm so sorry. I'm like picking at this chicken. You guys, if you ever, oh my god, it's so good. Look at this grape. Oh my god, it's so big. It's like an inch big. Look at it. Oh my god. Okay. Okay, this is a two-part question from Pisces Gallo 3. You're so funny. Okay, first question, what's my karaoke song? I don't know. I take karaoke very seriously, so much so that I almost don't like to do it, especially in front of other people, because I'm very critical of my singing because I am a singer. Like, I'm so like hard on myself as well, and put those things together and I'm just like paralyzed with wanting to be perfect when karaoke is fully the time to like let it out. I don't really have a karaoke song. I will say something that's in my vocal range, which would be something like a Sam Smith or a George Michael. I'm trying to think of what else. Like, I don't have a specific song. It's more on how the person. Oh, Michael Bublé. Lies. Michael Bublé. That is. Oh, God, he's gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous voice. Oh my gosh, and he's not bad to look at. So, okay, reseller related. Do you pay up when sourcing? A lot. Oh no, wait. Do you pay up a lot when sourcing? So I think pay up is defined by everyone differently, and I find that like on the internet people say I paid up for it, but they don't give like context as to what that means for them. for me, when I say pay up, I'm probably referencing more than $10 or $15. I don't do it often. I actually don't do it often. What did I just pay up for? I just paid up for... Oh, I paid up for those Miriam Zadir heels. Sorry, I'll put a picture up here. They're like a gorgeous green color. It's very on trend and the color is great, so I bought them. But I don't often spend a lot of money unless I can get a really good return from paying up. I don't do it because for me, I mean, my mindset's shifting a little bit because my bandwidth has changed, but before my job loss and all this, I wanted to pick up 5 items and sell it for $500, but now, you know, maybe I'll pick up 10 items and sell it for $600. You know, like I really try to maximize and like pick items that I can get the most return on. That's not everyone's way to go about things, especially if you're full-time. You necessarily can't be that choosy, especially depending on your cost of living. But I'll pay up if the return can be at least, I aim for like 3 to 6 times my investment, conservatively. So with those shoes that I referenced, I will get that 100%, at least 6 times. Oh yeah, 6 times. So, that's that. Great question. Oh my gosh. Okay, wait. I'm gonna be a little bit like a beast. I'm so sorry. Oh my god. Riff Raff Resale. Cute name. Love it. How do you get inventory without rich friends? Mine. I won't say the last part of that, girl. But basically, this person is saying they really don't have access to high-end brands. It's just like mall kind of brands. And that's very real. That's very real. I'm very fortunate being in LA. I have access to all that, all the brands, but also the people that buy them. I mean, for me, I'm connected via networking. Like, putting myself out there and telling people what I do. Or, sorry, not being afraid to ask. Like, why not ask someone, like, who might have a nicer wardrobe or, you know, might buy nicer things. Just be like, hey, you know, I do a little bit of reselling. You know, if you're ever donating stuff, I'll come get it from you. And if I can use it for my reselling business, if that's okay. Because what I find, and this is, I don't think I've talked about this, where I live, there are the rich people, there are the wealthy people, and they consign with the real. Like, I mean, there's a store now here in LA on Melrose. People don't need to leave. People will get sent to their homes or estates and get stuff taken and brought to sell in the real. And, you know, they're at that 70 to 90% commission situation. So when they find out that they can just recycle their own money, I've unfortunately run into that. But like my recent consignments, the person I got this from tried the real. This all got denied. So I'm getting those extra things or stuff that they wouldn't take, like all the activewear, the real doesn't take, but it's like lucrative. So, yeah, tell people what you do, network, and ask. Like, I have no shame in asking, you know, not at all. Okay. Do you have a styling, getting dressed routine? Oh, wake up, shower, put on my pants and shirt. I mean, that's kind of it. I mean, okay, that's a lie. So what I do Maybe I should do it. A little day in the life. I wake up, take my shower, I take my vitamins, I take my heartburn pill, my allergy pill, and then, because I have really bad allergies, like bad allergies. And now something I've incorporated is, what's that called? I can't remember the name, but I like do a nasal irrigation thing. Not the cutest. I'm not going to ever demonstrate that, I don't think. Who knows? Actually, never say never. And it clears out the sinuses. You can do that 1 to several times a day. It's like with distilled water that I buy separately, never faucet water, and like basically a saline packet, saline solution. So you just mix it all up and then do it both sides of your nose, and it's the best thing. Like I do it when I wake up and then before bed. So like right now it's midday, it's 3 o'clock, and I'm a little stuffy. I kind of always sound the same, but I can feel it like right here that I need to just like, can you hear? Can you hear? And after I nasally irrigate, this is so TMI, it's like I could deep breathe without an issue. And I have asthma. I have very bad asthma, so that helps play into the being able to breathe better situation. So, oh yeah, I didn't even get into the routine, but I do that, and then shower, lotion with my Neutrogena Hydro Boost, link down below, and lotion, face lotion. I use St. Ives Avocado Hydrating Facial Lotion, which is a new product. Obsessed with it. I got greasy by the end of the mornings. When I used my regular lotion, I was like, let me try this hydrating lotion from St. Ives. I think I was under hydrating my skin, because now it's like so this lotion is like a thicker lotion, and I was like, that's not gonna feel good. I put that on, I am not greasy until like fully the end of the day, which is like a huge game life changer for me, because I've tried matte lotions, I've tried, which kind of dries you out. I've tried all sorts of lotions and potions for men, for women, like, it's nuts. But the avocado hydrating lotion is legit. And then sometimes I'll do like an eye roller from a brand called Bulldog. This particular item is not available in the US. I get it from London, but I'll do that to like make my eyes more energized. That brush my teeth. And I used to do my hair, but now that I shaved it, I can actually take this off. Now that I shaved it, I just towel and I'm done, which is so nice. And I'm gonna keep this post current times. So saving myself some time. Okay. Last question. Tips for new resellers. Okay. My tips are this. Ready? You got your notebook? Okay. List on multiple platforms. Okay. That's the most important thing. Second thing, be consistent on all the platforms. Try all the platforms. Going back to my story about 2015 starting Poshmark and not being like, and deleting it, there's a reason I came back to it. And I'm not saying, like, I definitely don't regret deleting the app and going back to it, but don't knock something until you try it. I mean, how many times have we heard that? But it does apply to apps and things. Like, don't limit yourself. Don't limit your business. Like, online reselling is so vast. You should be trying all the things. All the things. I will say, if you want to get into the consignment world with like ThreadUp and the RealReal, make that initially like something you do after you get going with your business. And I say that because those types of places take more money from you in terms of fees and stuff. So eBay, Poshmark, and some other ones, they don't take as many fees. But the second you go to consign, because they're doing the work, they get to take more, you know? So it's unfortunate, but definitely save stuff that doesn't sell. See if you can send it to ThreadUp after a while. And yeah. And just something to note with the Real in particular, with that, there's thresholds. You have to maintain a certain amount that you've made with them to be able to access different levels of percentage that you can keep. There's also, like if something is priced under $145, you only get 40% or something. Like it has to be over a certain amount, which is over 100. It's like 100 and something. And from there you can get 50% commission. But I think under 145, it's 40%. So like, you know, this is why I'm saying like wait till after you've tried to sell it on the other platforms, because it sucks that they take so much. But, you know, you ship it in a box, they get it, they do it, and it just depends. It depends. Here's something else. There's no right or wrong way to do this, okay? You are your own person. You do your own business. It's definitely fine to hear opinions, but do what works for you. What works for me won't necessarily work for you, okay? I should have said that in the beginning. Oh my goodness. And it doesn't make it wrong or right. You know, it just makes it work. It just makes it a thing that works for you that might not work for me, or vice versa. I think, what else? Resellers for beginners. I think I'm gonna eat the rest of that off camera because I need to bite it. I think people should also utilize social media. You don't need to put your face on Instagram. But if you have cute stuff and you know, have nice pictures or you're consistent with your uploads or whatever, there's zero reason to not include social media to your business. I've made sales because I'm on every platform of selling virtually and because I talked about it in social media. For example, I'm going to shout out, I won't do a last name, but Andrea, hey girl, she watched a YouTube video, got connected to my Instagram, and we've bounced back and forth. She'll probably comment, hey girl, I hope you watched this whole thing. She bought a Beyond Yoga top for me, and like she messaged me and she was like, hey, like I'm interested, let me know when it's in your closet. I did, and she bought it, and she loves it. Sale, direct sale. Why? Because I put it out there, you know? No one else was asking me about Beyond Yoga. I listed it, shared it to her, told her it was available, and then I think that was it. She bought it, you know? So, I mean, I've made multiple sales from connections through this. And depending on what your business is, like my new venture to expand my stores, I'm now on Etsy with my customizable thank you note cards. I'll put a picture here of one. These can be customized, and this is, people don't, like, how do you sell something that's not physical? This is like, you purchase the digital files to it, and you print in the comfort of your home. And just to share with you guys, you're able to take this to a Staples, a FedEx, or submit the order online, etc. You can virtually print this anywhere that printing can occur at a business. So yeah. You know, there's no physical interaction with that, but that means I need to utilize platforms to tell people that it exists. People will find it naturally on Etsy, but I mean, I made a bunch of sales on my release day with telling people that I have these available. Why? Because social media. I did it on Instagram, I did it in my YouTube video, like, you know, putting don't feel bad about that either. Like, it's my business, maybe it's gonna be my livelihood, depending on how this job situation works out. So tell people what you do. That's another thing. Tell people what you do. Get inventory. Get free inventory from people. Right now, that's kind of a good time. You can post on, depending on where you live, you could tell your friends and family. Post on your social media to be like, hey guys, I resell. If you guys are doing any spring cleaning and have clothes you want to donate, I'll come pick them up and use them for my reselling business. Anything that I don't keep will be donated, and you don't have to deal with it. Telling people they don't have to go somewhere and saves them time, done. They're in, okay? If anything, I've never had people been like, no. I've had people say like, oh, could I do that myself? Yeah, yes. And at the same time, I do consign with someone that I said, there's like a potential to make a really good profit on something I have that they gave me. And I was like, I can set you up. Like, let me just make you a Poshmark account so you can get all the money. And she's like, does that involve pictures and like stuff? And I was like, yeah. She goes, no, just you do it. So, you know, people, there's all sorts of arrangements you can have. And that's that. That's all the questions. Thank you so much for having lunch with me today. I'm gonna finish up my fruit potatoes. Look at the squash, it's almost gone. It was so good. And then this chicken, let's just talk about this chicken. I need to look like a monster, and I'm not ready to do that yet for you guys, so. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Let me know if you like these little like lunch with me's. Maybe I can make it like a weekly thing. I don't know. Maybe like Tuesdays. I don't know. It won't always be like a lunch out. I'm not balling, you know, being mindful. But maybe we could chit chat. We can talk about topics. Leave me a comment of stuff you want me to talk about. Happy to answer any questions. And we'll reconvene here next week. All right, well, I'm going to have one more giant grape, and I'll see you in the next lunch with me. Lunch and chat. It's so good. Oh, oh my God. Okay, bye.